Hi, thanks for joining me. This is, of course, New Year's Eve, last day of the year, and this is going to be the mixture that I use for um, cleaning and clearing the home, as well as my personal self. I went ahead and kind of blended a couple of my combined, should I say, a couple of the recipes that I was going to use. Now, this is for the end of the year. I'll have another one that I will do for the beginning of the year, and that is for the prosperity issuing in the new year, as well as some protection. But for this, I'm going to use, I found some gorgeous purple cabbage. Unfortunately, it has lost some of its color. It was a really rich, dark red, and I'm kind of hoping it doesn't stain the floor. So we'll see. So I shredded up some cabbage, and that was the purple kind. You can use whatever kind. And that is for, you use cabbage water when you want to lose weight and detox. And so that's why I'm using that. I'm going to also use some rosemary. So I'm not going to crush it to bits, but I want to break the leaves somewhat so that it will release its essence. And I need enough because, as I said, I'm going to use it for myself and I'm going to use it for the home. So you can see I have a good bit in there. That's about a teaspoon. For the essence of that, I'm going to put a little more. And the reason being is because this is the kickoff for the year. This is the start. I can always get more and put about 2 teaspoons in there. 2 or so, make it healthy. This is for, of course, like I said, releasing and getting rid of quite a bit of stuff that would be attached to what I dealt with during the year. And I want to start fresh and new. So rosemary is great for negativity. And to that, I'm going to add in some fennel seeds. And fennel seeds is usually for protection. So I'm not going to really put that much in here, but I'm going to add some, not too much, but enough. Because again, it's for the home and it's for me. Now, before I use this, of course, I am going to sage the atmosphere. And this is, of course, this is the straw. They call it corn straw. And of course, it's from the old-fashioned brooms. And I should have had a pair of scissors. I don't. Let's sit that there. And I'm really just going to break this by hand. I love touching the items and processing the items so that I can place my energy there. Really, I'm not placing my energy there. I should correct that statement. I'm just acting as a conduit for divine source to connect to these items. Now, one thing I've learned in holistic medicine, when you're using things like this, you do need to boil them and boil them very well to get the essence out of them. So that's what I'm adding into that pot. And then I'm just going to gently break these 2 ingredients. You can do this separately or you can do it together. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to gently do it. I'm hoping it's not going to be too overpowering. And really, if you don't have any sage and you do something like this, you can boil it. While you're boiling it, the actual essence will permeate the room, the home, the building. And that is a way of cleansing and clearing. Now, as we know, when we use sage, you always open a window or a door and direct the negativity to leave. So here we go. That's pretty good. I'm looking at some of the fennel seeds. They're a little bit tougher. Fennel seeds are a little bit tougher than the rosemary because, of course, they are seeds. There, those ingredients are in there, and I'm going to add some eucalyptus for jinx or evil remover, as they say. Removing, that means if anyone has been, you've been battling with some things, saying someone has been sending something towards you to hinder you throughout the year, this would be perfect. Okay, so it just decided to go, 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 go. So I was counting the drops and that didn't work. So that was about a half a teaspoon, believe it or not. And I'm just going to wipe it off because that's essential oil, and the essential oils are extremely strong. There. Now to this, I'm going to add some water and boil. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to boil this anywhere from a half hour to an hour. I want it to permeate the entire home. And then we will come back and see what it looks like, because I need this to cool down the way it is as it's going. I may not really need to wash the floor with it, but we'll see. I will definitely put it on the stoop or the doorway and down the driveway or the walkway away from me. But this is, well, this is great for the home. I think this would go more or less better for the stoop area and inside the home. So I need enough of this for a bath. And when I say a bath, when we do these baths, you're not immersing yourself in them. You're taking and putting the concentrated liquids in a bucket or a bowl or a vessel, adding some water to it, and then splashing it over you after you take your shower. And I always recommend taking a shower so that you can also release, as the water is hitting your body, release, detox, release, and let go of anything that is no longer needed at the time. Let it go down the drain. You don't want to sit there in that as you're trying to get rid of it. Then once you do that, you can towel dry yourself and then come back with this bath, as we call it, and splash it all over your body. That's what you're going to do with it. So I must have enough of this. As it boils down, I will keep my eye on it to make sure the water level doesn't get down too far. I need enough of this to splash and maybe throw across the stoop, because I think this will permeate everything and I may not have to do a floor wash with this. So let me get this on the stove. All right, so now I've added the water to it, and I must tell you, the aroma is divine, I would say. It smells so good. So now I'm going to dedicate this and use my intentions on this entire mixture, because remember, I elevate each object. Each item is elevated individually. I did not elevate the straw at the time before I broke it up, but the other stuff I did go ahead and elevate it. So I'll do that individually, and then when I place them together, because I want them to cooperate and work together, I will dedicate and label them with my intentions when they're all together. So now I am giving full attention and energy to energize this mixture so that it removes any negativity, anything that was evil intent sent towards me, that I walked through, that I touched, that attached itself to me or my environment, that attached itself to me or my home, and my properties, remove it now, remove it now, send it back to divine source, allowing divine source to deal with the energy as it wills. These items will work together, cleansing, clearing, setting everything back anew and fresh, so that I will be free to move in my divine destiny. And it is so. Now it goes to the stove and boils. I watch it and keep topping off the liquids. Now I'm super excited by this. As I just put it on the stove, I am excited. I mean, totally excited. At this time, if you want to write some type of petition, you can. It's up to you. I just do a cleansing, clearing on the last day of the year. And then tomorrow on the 1st, I will do another bath. And that is to start my new year for the prosperity to come to me, so that I will attract goodwill, also have a level of protection as I move forward in the new year. Once that cools off, I don't know if I have a bottle. I'll see. I may have a bottle. I'll place that in, and then I'll show you what the mixture looks like. All right, so it has really boiled down, and I must add, tell you that I added a couple of dashes of salt, because I usually don't put table salt, but I use a little sea salt in here. I usually don't, because it was like greenery. I went ahead and did that. I'm going to strain this, so if you look, it's not really much liquid left in there. I'm gonna pour a little of this in a cup. All right, so I'm done, and I must say I only needed one bottle. So I dry off in between, and I was able to finish the body. It's really like a bath splash. I was able to finish that before the minute hand reached the 6, which I started a little after 8, and I was done with the shower. Dry off, then you take your splash. All right, so that was extremely refreshing. I must say, I enjoyed the fragrance, the aroma of the bath. It was really nice. Needless to say, of course, I do enjoy a bath splash, and that one is to get rid of stuff, and it makes you feel nice and lovely, and the energy around you, you can sense the energy and feel that the energy is different. So now I'm moving forward, and I wanted to take it before the 11 o'clock hour, because I want time to just kind of bask in the aroma and the fragrance of it. Now, what time I'm going to do my bath tomorrow, I'm not sure. This is a first for me. I only did the bath on New Year's Eve. I generally will do a bath 3 days leading up to New Year's, or 7 days leading up to New Year's, but I decided to do something different, as well as doing a floor wash and vaporizing, misting the air. I did not do that this time, as I was boiling down those ingredients, because they were hard, harsh ingredients. The fragrance filled the entire house. I must tell you, it did. So my nose is a little burning because it's so loud, but that is good, because without damaging anything with water, the aroma was better than a diffuser. It was able to get into the fabric and go into the ventilation. And so it got everywhere, which I think I would not have been able to do if I did a floor wash or just mist the air with the spray. It only required me to use one, so I used one. again, after you take your bath, you towel dry and then pour this all over the front of you, all over the back. I generally don't put it in my face like that. I put it on my neck area, front and back. It is going to run down. So as it's running down, I just rub it all over. And I get the back area, everything, feet, all of that. Then you want to air dry. You must air dry, not towel dry after you do the bath splash, air dry. And when I air dry, that's when I continue to pat my skin, and then I'll pat some of it in my face, and I will rub some of it on my hair. I don't shampoo my hair in the shower because, for one, it takes too long to rinse it out. And for two, it will leave a slippery residue in the bathtub. And I don't need to have an accident. So I'll take a little and put it in my hand and just kind of put it on the scalp and down the hair and let that be that. So that way it's all over from head to toe. This was really great. This one is diluted, and I'm not sure, you really can't tell it much. Yeah, when I hold it up to the light, you can't see it very well, but this one is a little lighter than this one is. It's really dark, rich color. So this one I filled halfway with the solution, bath solution, and then I filled the rest of the way with the water. And this one is a full one that I haven't used yet. So I can just go ahead and fill this up with water and use that. So that's 2 baths that I still have that I can do at different times of the year. So I may do them as the season change, or I just may do them. If I feel the energy around me is a little sluggish or something, I may go ahead and do it. Do another bath splash then. So those are great. The one thing about these, when you make these yourself, I'll tell you, if you have essential oils, you thin those out with alcohol. Just essential oil, a small amount of essential oil with a small amount of alcohol, and kind of make it thin so that it will break down that oil and it'll mix readily with the water. That's why you're doing that. They tend, when I buy baths from other people that have manufactured them, however they made them, they have an extremely large amount of alcohol in them, and they tend to burn my skin. So that's why I always dilute the baths. If I buy one from the store, I will dilute it still just like this. I may put half and half, or I may put a third of that bath if it's got a lot of alcohol in it, and then fill the rest 2/3 up with water, because that alcohol tends to really burn and irritate my skin. And I don't want to focus on that burn. I want to focus on the work that I'm accomplishing at that time. I don't think I missed anything. This is really great. And I didn't put on full white clothing like I do during the new moon. I just put on a white shirt and some light pants. They're light. So you can tell there's a difference, and flow with the difference, because I generally wear certain clothing like jeans and a t-shirt because I'm doing a lot of different work. So that's what I wear to make sure I'm comfortable. And then I have, for other works, I have a gown that I may put on and wear over my clothing, or just wear it. Either way it goes, you want to be comfortable, and you want to be relaxed, and you want to enjoy the work that you're doing, and move with, remember, partnership with divine source, so that you can accomplish your goals. Okay, so hopefully that gave you some insight. But an empty water bottle is all you need, or get a 1 liter, a 2 liter, 1 liter or a 2 liter bottle, and you can make your baths in that. So I always make them concentrated first, and then I divide them off and dilute them down with a little water, because you end up with more than what you really need. I can put this in a diffuser. It has a really nice fragrance to it. So I can put some of this in a diffuser and use it that way still, because that's what I have. So, and use that throughout the year. do what intuitively moving while you're doing things. It will help you see how to expand what you do, and also get what you do to cover, engulf more of a larger area of thing, even the way that you apply your things, because we didn't have diffusers years ago, but we have diffusers now. So we can use diffusers, and that will not only permeate the air, but the fabric, the walls, it will do all of that. And I think that works really well, especially when it goes through the ventilation system of the heater or the AC. Perfect. Can't get any better than that. So hope that helps you. So hit the notification bell so that you can get an alert when I do a new video. Leave a comment in the section below if you like, or if you need further information, or just want to comment about what you experienced. Also, if you haven't done so already, show the little channel love by hitting the like and the subscribe button. All right. Thanks, you guys, and I will see you in the new year.